to kick off this week's episode of Gorilla Squad, what I want to do is there is some members that gave us footage where the footage was unairable. That's the best way I can put it. Filmed in the dark, didn't get the kill shot, everything's blurry, so on and so forth. Every reason the TV network would send the show back to me and say, we're not putting that on TV. We had a lot of that because we are just a bunch of amateurs out there self-filming, super tough. So I want to go over a couple deer that our members got, but we actually couldn't air the hunt, but they're worthwhile animals to show. So up first, Mr. Nolan. He was in Kentucky.
Well, down in Kentucky, it was a almost complete disaster. I didn't have the breech plug all the way in my gun, and I wasn't going to take this one because I thought he was a 6-point, and he turned and faced me in that chicken coop like blind, and there's 2 brow tines. I said, well, he's getting her. So thanks to Logan at Rolling Oaks Outfitters, Kentucky.
Awesome deer, Nolan. Next up, we got Miss Candace Crick. She was in Wyoming. She shot an awesome mule deer.
Well, we're here with AA Outfitters here in Wyoming. I've had a hunt of a lifetime, I'd say. One of the luckiest shots I've ever had. Forgot the camera in the truck, so it was definitely a crazy hunt today, but we got her done, and the Bowtech had some victory.
And last but not least, Candace one more time with her son turkey hunting. And this clip will actually kind of show you what we got to deal with while we're trying to make television shows.
And go time.
We couldn't. Nope, sit, lay down.
Okay, that's just about it for showing you a few animals that we got, but we just didn't get the film, let's say, to create an entire hunt. So someone did create an entire hunt, and that is Mr. Brave Dave, and he's off to Texas.
So real quick video before we get on the interstate. My wife and I adopted a daughter many years ago, and we did a DNA puppet test on her a couple of years back, just for fun, and turns out we found a whole ton of family that she's actually biologically related to. And one of those sisters, husband called me and said, hey, we've got a son and we're big fishermen. We like going fishing all over the place, but we'd like to start getting into hunting. And is there any way you could help us take our young son out and get him his first hunting trip? And I said, man, I would be happy to. This is a big thing we do with the whole Nature Productions crew. Big on the youth hunting, trying to get the kids off their iPads and in the outdoors. So I said, you know what? I got a guy, Marcus at Wild Boar Outfitters. So we're gonna go to Wild Boar Outfitters. We're gonna go see Marcus, who I love, and we're gonna go get this young man a pig. How cool is that, man? Hey guys. Hey Marcus. Hey. So good to see you, man. Oh man. Good to see you again. This is our youth hunter today.
I like this.
So the boys are in camp. They got the 300 Blackout, Toxic Arms, awesome looking gun, Dave, by the way. Toxic Arms, and they are out, headed to the stand to see if they can find them a hog.
So
What happened?
it came from the left, and I shot it like in its shoulders, like right here.
Yeah. Right between the shoulder.
And
right in the shoulder.
I shot it everything, every pig just they were out of it.
Yeah.
And I believe we all can agree that it went right.
Okay.
But we heard it like groaning onto the left.
Okay.
So we're gonna go check it out.
Yeah, so we're gonna go check
Yeah, we're gonna wait a few
the pig
minutes.
itself
Right?
out.
Go check it out. All right. Good job, man. Nuck if you buck. Yeah. There you go. All right, what do you think? How cool is this kid right here? This kid, Camp right here. You schwacked this pig. Is this your first pig?
Yes. it
Yes.
is my
You look
first
like an old. Maybe this is like no. That's your first one.
pig. Yeah, this is my first.
First
this is my
one.
First pig.
First pig. All right. Well, if you say so. I don't know the way you're shooting these things. I kind of question that if that's really true or not. But you're shooting these things like an old pro to me or whatever. I know lots of older guys that can't shoot pigs this good. This guy can't shoot pigs this good. I shoot pigs and they run away. Whatever. You shoot pigs and they fall right there. That's nice. So how cool is this? This is Kemp, and this is Kemp's first pig, and this is my first animal to be taken with my brand new Toxic Arms in 300 Blackout. I am super stoked. You super stoked?
Yes, I am.
What'd you call this gun? What'd you say this gun was?
The Lamborghini.
The Lamborghini of guns. looks like a Lamborghini of rifles. I thought it looked like that too. So the good people at Toxic Arms. It's really big. The guys here at Nature Productions are really big on trying to get young men and young women out into the woods, get them off their iPads and get them out in the woods and actually doing the things that our ancestors did. So how cool is that?
Okay, so I didn't want to disrespect Kemp and his hunt, so I let that hunt play out just the way it happened. But do you really think there's going to be a TV show with Dave on it that goes by where I'm not going to poke a little fun at Dave? Let's poke a little fun at Dave. So when Kemp shoots, the bullet flies out of the Toxic Arms, 300 Blackout, and smacks Dave right in his beaver teeth. You're gonna love this. Check this out. Ready?
I'm sitting here in the shell when he went boom. The shell flew out at 300 Blackout brass, punched me in the face, hit me right in my big beaver.
Totally Uncle Dave's fault.
Totally, just bam, like ah! So I missed the whole thing. All I felt was just I felt something punch me in my big beaver tooth. Like ah! So I missed the whole thing. I'm gonna have to check the playback or whatever. So funny stuff.
Once again, Kemp, awesome job. Getting that hog, putting some pork in the freezer, getting some bacon, all that good stuff. And you get extra bonus points for hitting Dave in his big beaver teeth with your case. That was absolutely awesome. It was the best part of the whole hunt. Good job. Now, like I said at the beginning of the show, sometimes things just kind of go bad in the field, especially when you're self-filming and you just can't get the hunt. You do everything you can. They send me the footage. They say a prayer that I'll actually put it on TV. What they actually don't know is the network has standards that we have to air. But Tim Crick, Candace's husband, finally, he gets one on film. Now, make no mistake, he had nothing but issues. Too close to the camera, and most importantly, he had massive audio issues. So there might be a little bit more music than normal on this hunt because we have to take the audio completely out in a lot of areas, but he did capture everything that was needed to do a TV show. So let's cut to Tim Crick in a tree on day one. Well, that is just about it for Tim on day one. Now, I gotta be honest with you. That first buck that walked by and Tim let walk, yeah, I'd have stroked him. I would have stroked his butt. I'd have been posed with him. Tim let him walk. Now, we're gonna move on to day two.
Well, here it is, first morning here in South Dakota. We got here yesterday morning and tried an evening hunt. It was pretty hot, 76 degrees. This morning, it's definitely down in the low 30s. It's just now getting daylight. Haven't seen no movement yet. This is actually an island I'm hunting. I've got alfalfa fields on the other side of the river. I've got my waders on where I've waded the river. So just great big cottonwoods here. So gonna sit back, see if things move off the field, come into bed here.
Well, Tim doesn't see much on day two. He does a lot of talking in the camera, but again, the audio is really messed up. Massive clicking and buzzing and all kinds of weird stuff. So he's talking, but I can't actually air any of that. So I want to get right to it. As the week progresses, the weather gets crazy. First day, he's out like short sleeve shirt, t-shirt, hunting. Then all of a sudden, snowstorm. Like snow's coming down, and then it gets freezing cold. I mean, you got to be totally prepared for a hunt like that. And Tim fortunately was. He was out there, and he stayed out there. He did not care about the weather, the cold, the snow, nothing. He was enduring it all and sitting in that tree. That is obviously an awesome tree. And he's grunting. He's rattling. And every single day, he's just trying to get it worked out. He's trying to get his version of a shooter buck in the range. So we move on to Tim on the last day, freezing cold. The snow had just fallen, so that's pretty awesome. And Tim is finally gonna get his chance right after this commercial break.
Well, it's the fourth evening here in South Dakota. It's been unbelievably warm the first 3 days, all the way up to 80 degrees. To wake up this morning, there's about 4 inches of snow in the 20s. I did see a lot of deer movement, saw 5 bucks just getting in the stand tonight. So it's about 2:30. So hopefully this gets the bucks really moving tonight, checking does. So can't wait to see what happens. Smoked it. Made an awesome shot this morning. It's the last day of the hunt here in South Dakota. Been bitter cold. He's not the giant I wanted, but he's a solid mature deer. Made a perfect heart shot on him. He didn't even go 30 yards. So I'm stoked. That's awesome when you can knock them down and they fall over dead on the camera. Right in your sight. That is awesome. Well, no tracking needed. He's down. I can see he's down. So get everything put together, go down, take a look at him. All right, well, here we are in South Dakota. It's the last day of the 5-day hunt. We had snow move in about 2 days ago and really kicked on the rut.
He was cruising through this morning, made a good run at him. He come straight up the path, made a perfect shot on him right through the heart. He maybe went 30 yards. So I couldn't be more happier. Up here hunting with Abel Harmon at Prairie Highlands Lodge.
Great job, Tim. Awesome buck. I personally would have not shot that buck, but you did. Kudos to you. Let me tell you why I wouldn't have shot that buck. Because I would have shot that buck that walked by on day one. I wouldn't have been hunting. My tag would have been checked on buck on day one. So congrats to you for letting that buck walk. You got an awesome deer. And that's it for this week's episode. Make sure you tune in to next week for another exciting episode of the Gorilla Squad. Yeah, I went straight into TV show guy mode there. So let's just go to credits so I don't have to talk anymore.
If you're interested in joining the Gorilla Squad, please email info@gorillasquadtv.com or visit us on Facebook at facebook.com/Gorilla Squad TV.